Good morning, everyone. This is Melody Reels at the Iowa Quilt Museum here in Winterset, Iowa for another Thursday morning live. You're like, Melody, your walls are empty. What are you going to feature today? I know, right? Hi, I'm going to show you part of the American album quilt. I'm going to show you that in a second. But first, it's our 10-year anniversary. We're doing giveaways and drawings, right? So the month of for the month of April, you could enter into a drawing and win a quilt kit, a complete quilt kit. I have 4 different ones, so I'm going to do 4 different drawings. So today is the first drawing. And the person I draw gets to pick one of the 4 quilt kits we have. There's one, there's this one, there's this blue one that seems to be pretty popular, and this one. So I'm going to draw that person's name. They'll get to pick out which one they want, and then I'll have 3. Everybody's names that are in the drawing will just stay in the drawing, and I'll draw again for the next 3 weeks. So, and if you want to be entered into that drawing, and you're like, shoot, I didn't get entered into this first one, there's 3 more drawings, and you can get entered by emailing giftshop@iowaquiltmuseum.org. Reach out to Sharita, send that email up to the gift shop at iowaquiltmuseum.org, and they will get your name and a phone number or email down so we could contact you if you win and get you into the drawing, okay? You can also call us here, 515-462-5988, 515-462-5988, and we can get you entered in the drawing. Or if you come to visit, say, hey, I want to be entered in that drawing, and we'll get you entered into the drawing. So let's do that first. Let's do the drawing first. So I have everybody's 46 names, and each name has a number. I have numbers. I'm going to draw a number, and that number is going to be the winner. And then everybody else's numbers will stay in here, and then I can add numbers to it. You ready? Not looking. Everybody's folded the same way. Nothing special. Nobody got crinkled. Do you ever do that? Do you ever enter a drawing and crinkle up your paper so you hope it gets picked? I didn't crinkle anybody's paper. Everybody's the same. Okay. Okay, here he goes. I'm going to draw one. Here we go. I picked one. I finally did it. Number 16. Number 16. Number 16 is Sandy, I don't know how to spell your last name or how to say it. Reninger? Renninger. Renninger. She is, I don't know, from Pennsylvania. She's from Pennsylvania, everybody. That's so exciting. Okay, well, I have her phone number and I have her email, and I'm going to reach out to her. She is our first winner. She's going to pick out which one she wants, and then I will post which 3 are left if you'd like to be in the drawing. And everybody else who I didn't draw, you have 3 more chances. Okay, that's out of the way. Congratulations, Sandy, and I will reach out to you after I'm done with this video. Okay, so you can see nothing. It looks like we haven't gotten much done, but we have, and I will show you in a minute. But I'm going to turn you around, and we're going to focus on. We have coined them. What have we named them? Well, the quilts are named, they're called American Album, but the group that created them is just a group. And they said, you know, you could call us Studio 4830. So that's what we're calling them. Studio 4830 created these quilts. I'm going to flip you around. This is 3 of the 10 panels we have. I think I'm just going to do a panel at a time. I'll do a closer look at a panel, one strip each time. But let me just read to you about this. You see my step ladder. I'm going to use that so I can climb up to the top so we could take a closer look. Okay, in 2021, 21 women in Sacramento, California area came together with a shared love of quilting and the American history, inspired by Kathy Kennelly, I think is how you say her name, Kannely, or maybe Kennelly, and the P3 Designs state block. No idea what that means, but they were inspired by that. They set out to create one quilt representing all 50 states. finishing just in time for the America 250 celebration in 2026. Do not ask me to say 250 celebration in the Sesquicentennial. That, I'm not doing that. Each block celebrates a state with flowers, birds, a historical symbol in the style of the famous 19th century Baltimore album quilts. Kathy Long Turner embroidered the state names. Kathy Stiger, I'm going to say Stiger, assembled the blocks into 10 panels in the order the states joined the Union. And Pat Hertema, we're going to say Hertema, quilted each panel, cleverly stitching makers' names into the design. In this write-up, it says initials, but there's people's full names in quilted, and it's so sweet. Okay. The finished quilt measures 180 inches wide and 48 inches tall when displayed side by side. A stunning tribute to American unity, creativity, and community. We are honored to present a special collaborative work at the Iowa Quilt Museum as part of a Nation America's 250 commemoration. Okay, so that is some shout outs to some of the people that helped make it. As we have labeled the group Studio 4830 Quilters. I'm going to get off, and today I'm going to take you off the stand. And you're going to see Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. Ready? Let's take you off. Get a little closer look. I got my step stool here. Just bring that over, and we're going to climb it up so we can get a nice look here at Delaware and her ladybugs. So sweet. And right there, I'm pointing with my non-gloved hand. Right there, I think it says Paula Sanchez. Piece this block. Good morning, everybody. Look at this with the strawberries. So sweet. So here's Delaware, everybody. And we're going to come down to Pennsylvania. Get out. So maybe I should give you a full look this way. Here we are in Pennsylvania. It's amazing to me. This bird is pieced. Stitching for the eye. Piece the feathers on. This is all pieced. Looks like a pine cone. Have we found her name yet? Oh, here's the name. Kim Canella. And of course, it's Pennsylvania, so you've got to have the Liberty Bell on there. And look, and they hand drew on the fabric. Created the little, that's with stitching. Stitch the crack in there. All right, let me go down one step on my stool here. And let's come down to New Jersey. Oh, there's Pat's name. Remember, that's the person that quilted it. I love the little stitching of the bee wings. Of the whole bee. I think the whole bee is stitched on there. It's nothing. And then look how they created this bird. Piecing it all, appliqued. That basket is amazing. Look at the weaving work down here. And you know, I'm not even taking time to just even appreciate the quilting here. I love good quilting that just complements a quilt and all the hard work of piecing it together. Oh, isn't that beautiful? They used some blue floral fabric to create the vase for Georgia. Have we found a name yet? Look at the embroidery they did on here for the stems. Piecing of the bird. You got the peaches. Oh, there's the name, Kim Kennedy. All right, and lastly down here, the last one we'll look at closely here today is Connecticut. Look at the fabric choice they used for these petals. Isn't that lovely? And the fabric choice for the vine. And look who's hidden in there. Oh, there's two 2 praying mantises for Connecticut. Well, Kim did 3 of these, it looks like. Kim Kennedy. Let's just take a minute again to let's focus here on this quilting. She outlined the leaves, the sticks. I mean, it's refined, right? You're outlining, you've got some really simple lines, but then when you come up here, it's more whimsy with the floral vase, right? And the flowers. Again, here with the wicker of the weaving of the basket, you've got some more straight lines that just really accentuates and adds so much to the piecing. Here, you've got you got a lot of space here that you're able to kind of showcase your quilting and make it really decorative. And then the same up here. It's kind of tight quilting up there. Gets a little looser down here. She even fills in between the florals and the strawberries. And then we just have a chain, right? Is this a chain? Around the border. Sashing. All right, everybody. That's just 5 of the 50 we have to see still. And they just continue to impress as we go along. Let's just take a look again at those praying mantises. How cute. All right, this is 1 of 10 panels in the American album display here. It traveled to us from Sacramento, California. There's 2 members of the Studio 4830 Quilters from Iowa. So they're gonna come out and see this exhibit while it's here. These 10, I should point out also, are only here till June 1st, and then they're gone. So if you want to see these, and you do want to see these in person, get here before June 1st, because then they leave. They won't even be here for the Iowa Quilt Festival, which kind of makes me sad, but you know, what are you gonna do? They're popular, and they have another exhibit that they're gonna travel to. So, yeah. And right now, because our gallery isn't quite ready to have an official opening, you can come to the Quilt Museum and you can come see these for free. I mean, a donation would be nice, but it's not required. You can come in, you could see these 10 panels, because we want everybody to see them that comes. And so since we weren't able to get everything up yet, we didn't want you to miss out, just because we haven't gotten Cherrywood up. And if I want to just remind you, we have 6 Quilts of Valor. Here's one here. I don't know if I showed you if these were up on the wall yet. But these, so we'll showcase these. And so if you come in, you could see the American album quilts, and you can see these 6 that are hanging up. And I do have their cards that talks about each quilt, the quilt designer who quilted them for Quilts of Valor book. I want to say it's All-Star book. Is it All-Star book? I'm taking you on a road trip. We're coming back here. I gotta deviate because there's a ladder in my way. But I just kind of wanted to show you what we're doing, and just to give you an update about the Cherrywood quilts. So if you don't know, the reason why we don't have quilts up on the wall yet is because we got these beautiful Cherrywood Poppy Quilt Challenge quilts. Cherrywood does a quilt challenge, and they give you, with a jelly roll, and the jelly roll had these reds, greens, and grays in it, and they said make a poppy quilt. And so these are 225 people that submitted a poppy quilt. These are the ones they chose to go tour the country and be displayed. Look at my friend. Okay, thank you, Fly, for going away. Anyway, they came not attached to anything. They were originally going to come on some fabric, and all we'd have to do is hang them from, but they didn't come that way. They came individually. So 2 of my board members, maybe you know Marianne Fawns if you're a quilter, her and Randall Parkin have worked the last 2 days sewing, or putting these little black fabric pieces felt in between and attaching the people's name and their quilt title. and then attaching this, the pocket for it to hang from. So those are just 2 rows that are done. I have more here that they've been working on. I'll have more people in today volunteering to put them together so we can get them on the wall. There's 225. There's going to be 31 rows of 3. These are rows of 3. 31 rows of 3 on this wall. 30 rows of 3 on that wall. And then these movable walls on the outside will have, what did I say? 4, 5. I think 5 rows of 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. That's 25. 61. We're at 86. 87. We have 87 of these to put together. And right now, we're at 10. It's going to work out. It's going to be fine. We're going to officially open Tuesday, whatever next Tuesday is. April 14th. That's the goal. That's the goal. And it's going to happen. We're going to have it done. We're going to have them on the wall. We're going to have our official opening where you can come and grab and go and get coffee and donuts and get a sneak peek. But I know it doesn't look like we're making much progress, but we are. We have people working really hard to get it all up for you. Thank you so much for joining this morning. I hope you enjoyed seeing American Album. There is 9 more panels that I'm going to be showing you if you do that. And I've got the Quilts of Valor I can show you. And I can't wait to show you next week when we have all the poppy quilts up. And congratulations again to Sandy. Is it Ripberger? Maybe it's Ripberger. No, wrong one. Rennington. I just butchered her last name. Renninger. Look, I didn't even have to look at it. I could say it. I could spell it. Can't say it. So sorry. But Sandy, she's got a buck. And you can all still enter into that those quilt kits. Okay. I'm rambling. So sorry. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you next week and have a wonderful weekend.